Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's Unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media, and we are coming off the back of a very divisive episode of Smackdown. That show getting very, very mixed reactions, but we're going to move on from that, and we've got some nice full folders to get our teeth into. So this dropping yesterday, WWE has filed to trademark tribal Heir, which is really interesting because that obviously suggests someone taking over. Like the Heir word in particular is obviously very striking. And of course, it makes us think Jey Uso. Jey Uso could be the tribal heir to Roman Reigns, taking over from Roman Reigns. It could be Jacob, of course, Jacob Fatu. Could be the tribal heir. So no word as to who this is connected with. Obviously, Jey, Jacob, Solo. These are the kind of names that come to mind. Could be Jimmy if we're going to go for a real swerve. But yeah, Hannah, thank you. Very interesting that that has been trademarked. Looking forward to seeing how that gets used in the near future. Right, WWE has announced some new dates and locations for 11 Raws, Smackdowns as we head to WrestleMania 42. So, Jen, thank you. So, I'd just like to show these because it really could affect some people in our community that might be interested in attending some of these shows. So, we got Philadelphia, Charlotte, Cleveland, Dallas, Memphis, Sunrise, Atlanta, Louisville, Indianapolis, Raleigh, and St. Louis. So, yeah, Raws, Smackdowns, all coming to these areas from February to April. Obviously, before this, we've got a European tour, but it's so much better seeing that we're actually in America as we head towards WrestleMania. You might remember in 2025, we were over in Europe doing that European tour, and it really felt like the wrong time to be doing that. It seems like WWE have agreed and they've kind of moved a few things around. Talking of moving a few things around, Jesse Ventura has been moved because he is reportedly no longer under a contract with WWE. So it seems like following his performance during the Drew McIntyre Damian Priest cage match, it said the die was cast as far as using him going forward. I do think that Jesse is very old school. Jesse is obviously a heel commentator that really sides with the heels and is really like kind of on their side. And I'm not sure that it works as well in the current day with the current product. And so I think the kind of things he was saying during this match, WWE sort of looked at that and went, yeah, no, this doesn't really feel right for where we are right now. So, yes, he signed a one-year deal with the company. It looks like that contract has expired. It doesn't look like they've got a new deal lined up for him. Right, what does the future hold for Kevin Owens? Because this has been doing the rounds. It's Kevin's theme music, right? You can see it's been viewed 1.2 million times. And then just towards the end of this very short clip, you actually have Kevin training, working out, at the Performance Center. Now, I don't know if this is new footage or old footage. I mean, it very much kind of insinuates that work towards the comeback has begun, right? That's what it's kind of insinuating to me. And as I said, I've took the sound off because of copyright. It is kind of Kevin's music, his entrance theme that's playing. And then we get to see this footage. So a lot of people just saying, like, the comeback is going to be amazing. You will miss so much. That pop when this music hits again will be generational. Jason saying your return is going to be monumental. Awesome to see you on the mend. Oh my God, Kevin, I hope you're doing well. We miss you loads. Jesse, keeping an eye out on the situation. Let's go, says Crispy, can't wait till you're back. Zashi said, this is a derb update. So lots of optimism, lots of excitement that could mean that Kevin Owens is working towards his return. Wouldn't expect him anytime soon. Yeah. I wouldn't expect him even at the Rumble, to be honest. I mean, this injury that he had was meant to be very, very serious. I'm not sure that I see him coming back anytime soon. But I don't know. If that is recent footage, he looked pretty good, didn't he? He looked like he had good mobility and everything. So, I don't know. Perhaps I should start thinking about the Rumble when it comes to KO. Right, now this is a development. New Noah tag team champs. So Hank Walker says, and new. So over in Noah, over in Japan, Hank and Tank are doing some work at the moment, and they have managed to win the Noah tag team titles. As well as that, this went down. You might remember Inamura, who actually worked in NXT. Well, he is now the GHC Heavyweight Champion. So there we go. Big congratulations to Inamura, who beat Kenta, formerly known as Hideo Itami, for the GHC World title. Hank and Tanks winning the GHC Tag titles. So all of that going down earlier in Japan. Right, here, Kanon, thank you. So, Wan, thank you as well. This is Giulia saying, just responding to what went down on Smackdown. She says, I'm angry at myself, Chelsea, at everything. That's really funny, dumbass. Just watch. I'm going to tear it all apart. I actually think her losing the mid-card title is a good thing. I think it was a real restriction on her. I think she had to be defending, and you heard people complaining that she wasn't defending on a regular basis. A lot of people looking at her run as being a very underwhelming run, and I personally just don't think that SmackDown women's roster is set up correctly. It really is in dire need of some more baby faces, and so I just sort of feel like getting the belt off her. Chelsea can now go and feud with Nikki Cross. Getting the belt off Giulia just gives us a little bit more freedom. We could do Giulia, Kiana in a tag division, for example, whilst we're waiting for these rosters to get restored. Maybe she turns face on Kiana, and then we've got, like, you know, a bit more freedom there to have her as a face. Perhaps Kiana goes and gets a new member, and so this faction gets that little bit bigger, and it fits like a credible new member. That could be very interesting. So little bit more flexibility and freedom now to explore some other things. I think this is going to be good for Giulia in the long run. And she is saying she is now going to tear it all apart. So if you are a Giulia fan, hopefully that gives you some optimism for the future. Okay, Cal, thank you. This was following Smackdown. It's only 30-odd seconds long. Got to tell you, though, there has been a bit of a backlash to this, right? Because Drew McIntyre said, my family is not going to make any effing money. You're taking food off my family's table. This is Drew reacting to his suspension. But you might remember the biggest story over the past few days has been Ridge Holland, who got released and is having to start a GoFundMe because he is actually in this situation. The timing of doing this is really bad. Really bad. I don't think it's connected. I don't think this is a story that creative have only just come up with, right, in response to, like, the Ridge Holland thing. I do think it's just coincidental, but there are plenty of people saying this is, you know, not a great look for Ridge to be going through what he's going through right now, and now you're running this story, right? I mean, I think the story is okay, but this extra bit of footage where he's kind of saying this just seems to have grabbed people's attention. So let's have a look at the clip, shall we? This is a little bit of unseen footage following Smackdown.
Hey, Drew, get out of here! Hey, come on, Drew, go! You gotta go! You gotta go! Come on! Drew, get out of here! I'm gonna leave! I'm gonna leave! I don't want you guys to get suspended! My family not gonna be able to get shut the f*** up! Enough! Drew, leave! Now! I'm gonna leave.
I think this is great for Drew. I mean, Drew is quite whiny, I find, right? I think he complains a lot, says how everyone's out to get him. I would like to move him away from that. And actually, if he's going to get suspended, I want to see a vengeful Drew. I want to see a ruthless Drew. I want to see an angry Drew, a fired up Drew, not a whiny Drew. I feel like I see that Drew too often. So I'm actually really down for this development. I'm looking forward to seeing where this is going to go. Yeah, I only included this because I think this lady needed to stay quiet a bit more than she did, right? This is a backstage segment. Damian obviously feeling the effects of what went down at the end of Smackdown. They're just checking on his eyes again. So, Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, is attended to by medical after another attack on his eyes. Yeah, it's just this woman. I think she just needed to let Damian get his promo out. She kind of gets in the way just a little. So let's play the clip. You can see what I mean. So, Anthony, thank you. Let's run this more unseen footage.
Yeah, it just burns.
I know. I'm sorry. We just gotta.
All right, Doc. All right, Doc.
Let's clean it out. All right, we gotta.
I got it.
Get a little better. No. Oh.
Okay, here, everyone should be quiet now. This is clearly the start of Damian Priest's promo, right? He's had a big moment. He's standing up. He's about to deliver the promo that they all know is coming, right? This isn't a surprise promo. This is where I think the doctors need to stay quiet now. For some reason, they decide not to.
Give me the water. Even with the numbers game. No. Even with the numbers game, he's got to go for my.
Take it easy. Sit back down.
I'm gonna rip his heart out.
Sit down. Let's take care of this.
All
Let's check on.
right,
again.
go.
Ready?
Stop.
So he's like, even with the numbers game, and the doctor's talking over him, right? And she keeps talking as well. I don't know why she does that. For me, the moment he stands up, throws the towel down, everyone else, shut up. Damian Priest is clearly about to say something and get something off his chest. So I thought that was a very interesting backstage little segment. Right, Lash Legend commenting, I really like this pairing. I'm really down for seeing where this is going to go. Lash Legend making a statement. The bougie bully has arrived. So they could be a problem in the women's tag division. Here's Chelsea commenting after her shock win as well. I vow to rebuild our company and this WWE United States Women's Championship starting today. Red, white, and green begins now. The second term will be the most historic. So there we go. We've heard from Chelsea, as we said. Think she's on a collision course with Nikki Cross. This is interesting because we spoke about this or something along these lines in our most recent watch-along, the Smackdown watch-along. We were talking in depth about Survivor Series. What should that be? What does that look like? What should that look like? And this is actually really interesting because they're kind of saying something similar here about bringing in new fresh ideas for the PLEs. So TKO President Mark Shapiro says that WWE needs to take the torch and move past PLEs created by Vince. They never seem exhausted. They're ready to take a new shot, a new risk, a new opportunity. Hey, Nick, let's talk about launching a new event. Right now, a lot of our PLEs were created by Vince. We need to get in the business of taking that torch and moving past that. Nick, Triple H created WrestlePalooza. I mean, who gives a flip about WrestlePalooza? It's just the name of a show that already existed. It's just a normal show with normal matches. When we're talking about creating new events, I'm thinking, what's the next Royal Rumble idea? What's the next Money in the Bank? What's the next Elimination Chamber? What's the next Hell in a Cell? What's the next great wrestling match concept that we can have some fun with, right? None of us want to see the end of the Rumble, right? For me, that's just absolute protected. You don't touch that, right? But, and I think probably the same is true with Money in the Bank. I don't know how people feel about Elimination Chamber. I feel like that could probably have a year or two off to bring it back in the future, right? I would do Elimination Chamber rather than its own event, but just when we need it, you know? Drop it in every 3-4 years. Make it special. Kind of the same thing we do with Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell used to have its own event. We don't do that now. We just use it when we need it. I think I'd do the same for Elimination Chamber. And I think the same is probably true with TLC. That had its own events. We just do that whenever we need it. And I think the same is true of War Games. There's more and more people joining us on our watch-alongs saying it would be good to do something different for Survivor Series. So where are these new ideas? Yeah? We haven't seen anything new on the main roster for a very, very long time. I mean, even War Games goes back to the 80s, right? So, yeah, I wasn't talking about flipping WrestlePalooza, right? He said, we did this as our launch event for the ESPN deal, which did incredibly well, and it might turn into a super franchise. Not to mention from a merch standpoint, I don't need to tell you, securing the IP right and then selling merch at WrestlePalooza, let's just say it was a real winner. I mean, look, WrestlePalooza is fine. I don't love it as a name, but it's fine. But it's not the new exciting wrestling concept that we're looking for. But interesting. I like his comments about moving past what Vince created. Like, we do need innovation. We do need to push things forward. But don't you dare touch the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. Not that they would. But those things for me are untouchable. Right, and I just wanted to end the WWE folder with this. So we can see that Survivor Series, which is getting ever closer, is set up for 35,000. They've sold 32,000, which is very, very good. The number of seats on the map is 48,000. I don't know how much they're looking to open over here, but they can sell up to 48,000. That's if they open every seat, and I don't know that they're going to do that. But 32,000, I think that's good. Certainly when you look that the cheapest ticket is $157 right now. $157 for the cheapest ticket. And they've sold 32,000 of them. So, you know, we are kind of down on where WWE is in regards to ratings and in regards to ticket sales. I think if ever we see something that we're like, oh, that's actually not bad, that's okay. Which this strikes me as being okay, right? I mean, we can see, obviously, it's a stadium. Comparing to what they did last year, they only did 17,400 for Survivor Series. That, of course, was not a stadium, though. That was an arena. So we would hope to do more than that. And we are, very comfortably. With still plenty of days to go. They've sold 1,800 tickets in the last 7 days. I'd imagine that this will be a sellout by the time we get there. And maybe they even open up more segments. So there we go. A little bit of positivity. Yeah. Okay, let's go into the other folder. See what we've got lurking in here. Yeah, this was random. Ryder, thank you. I don't really get this. Talking of positivity, more positivity, but confusing positivity. I don't know about you. I personally did not find Jey and CM Punk at Saturday night's main event to be 4 stars. I thought it was like 3.25, maybe 3.5. No way did I think it was 4. There's mistakes in this match, quite famous little botches and whatever that I think really dragged the score down. So when Dave Meltzer, someone who is accused of being very critical of WWE, gives it 4 stars, you do find yourself being quite confused. So Ryder's like 4 stars. Yeah, I don't really get it, honestly. Don't really understand. But there we go. And actually coming out of this match, it takes us nicely into our next post, which is this. So here we can see this wrestler was actually inspired by one of the botches that went down in this match. So here we can see like the neckbreaker, right? So there, you can see that was CM Punk trying to do a neckbreaker, but Jey kept rotating round. And so it ended up being this really slow, really sloppy moment, right? And the match did have a few of those in it. Hence why we're surprised Dave gave it 4 stars. But here, look, we can see this person here, Marufuji, saying everything has got meaning. I was inspired by that move, and I created this. I would love to see CM Punk use it too. Everything has got meaning. Okay, and then he repeats himself. So let's have a look here, shall we, and see what this move is that has been inspired by this, right? Mate, that's pretty sick, isn't it? That's actually pretty sick. As a move that's been inspired by a bit of a botchy moment. And I like his wording of everything has got meaning. I think that's class. Let's try to see if we can watch it again. Watch again. Bang, bang. I mean, obviously his is a lot quicker and looks a lot nicer than what went down there. That was a botch, but that is something good that came out of it, so respect. Okay, next up we got this from Omos. So he was talking to Malcolm Muscle Man Malcolm. He says, you people don't like me. That's why I'm not on TV. The moment you guys change the tune, I'll be back on TV screens. But until then, I'm going to go where I'm loved. They love me overseas. They love me everywhere else. I went Japan, had a blast. I went Mexico, had a blast. Did a little side thing in NXT. It was fun. But, you know, they don't have love for your boy. The Homo sapiens do. But the more people that become Homo sapiens, maybe then I'll swoop back onto your TV. So the question was, why aren't you around? And he was like, people just don't love me enough. So there we go. We've heard from Omos. I would imagine he'll be in the Saudi Rumble. You know they love big guys, and they wanted Yokozuna in there, didn't they? And all of that. So I'd imagine they'll give them Omos. I'll be shocked if he's not in the Rumble. Rikishi, right, an update on Rikishi. So Rikishi said he underwent 6-hour emergency surgery. He said it was an emergency type of surgery, and I'm just going to leave it at that. It took about 6 hours under the knife. I woke up feeling great. I feel like a new person. It was just one of those types of things that just they caught it in time. And with the grace of God and the surgeons that were there that day, I'm here today to be able to sit and talk with you. I woke up feeling a different way. When I got wheeled back to the room into the hospital, meaning just grateful. So, yeah, I mean, great. This is Rikishi telling us this. So it seems like he's in a really good place, which is fantastic. So seems like whatever it was, they caught it just in time. Okay, this is interesting. Scarlett was speaking to the coach and bro. She said about tickets prices. When they were backstage at WWE, we noticed it with comp tickets. We used to have no issues in different cities if we wanted comp tickets, complimentary tickets to give out to friends, family. There were tickets that we were told were going to be approved. And then last minute, like day of, there was no tickets for people. They just decided they were going to sell them instead. So little things like that we would notice. And we would notice ticket prices getting higher because the fans would tell us. It was definitely a topic of discussion amongst the locker room. So just a little glimpse in there that the wrestlers are aware of what's going on with the ticket situation. And it has been a topic of conversation within the locker room. Right, this is Rich Holland's, Luke Menzies. He's put a video out, just kind of, thanking people for all their generosity, talking about the release, and touching on a few other things. This is one that's really grabbed attention. I've seen a lot of people talking about this. This is Ridge talking about the Big E moment, right? So this obviously is one of the biggest moments, maybe the biggest moment of his career. So let's just see what he has to say on this. You can check out the full video over on Luke Menzies' YouTube channel, right? I'll make sure there's a link in the description if you want to go and check this video out.
What happened that day was we were supposed to have a meeting with Vince, and he kept getting pushed back because other people took priority. Like, you had guys who were higher on the card that wanted to speak to Vince, so our meeting kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. We got in there and we had a really good chat, but by the time we got out there, it was like 12 minutes to bell time. I think we were on like first or second, so we had 20 minutes to put this match together. And the spot was Big E goes for that suicide spear. I move at the last minute, he eats shit, and then I hit him with the belly-to-belly dip, put an exclamation point on that. In retrospect, what should have happened was suicide dive, that's it, move on. Whether I didn't give him enough, whether he didn't give me enough, things go wrong. It's not ballet, and unfortunately it happened, and I'll always regret that spot. And I think I'm grateful that Big E, the class of human that he is, he forgave me, and he's been able to be so positive and move on with his life, and go into punditry and all this stuff he does for like the community, and with like collegiate athletes and stuff, and I think he's worked for the next in line stuff. So he's killing it, man. He's such a good human being, and I wish nothing but the best for him. And just for people out there who think that there might have been any malice in there wasn't, and if I could change it, I would in a heartbeat. But what happened was it really shook my confidence. I contemplated quitting, to be honest. And
there you go. I mean, it's just a taster of kind of what he's got to say in it. I obviously never thought there was any malice in there. I doubt many of you did, if any of you did. I would hope that you didn't. But certainly people were saying things online. I'd imagine he's had all kinds of comments and a lot of anger, obviously, around the whole situation. So, yes, if you want to check that out, as I said, I'll put a link in the description. Right, we got Fun Folder, and we've got this, which is really, really cool. So, Nico, thank you. I thought this was fantastic. So, let's bring that up on screen. So, we've seen this before. This is like AI coming into action figure videos. This one's quite clearly AI. You can see there's a little glitch on the face of Edge when he goes through this table. But I think you're going to see more and more and more of this. I think that if you can get your head around AI and you can find a way of using it to put on figure matches, I would imagine you will see YouTube flooded with this kind of content, and social media flooded with this is how this should be booked. Because all of a sudden now, people at home have got the ability to kind of book shows the way they want. I know there's already people that do that. I don't think they do it using stop motion, though. I think they just, I don't know, actually, I don't watch those videos. But I think they just, like, move them around with their hands and do figure videos. What you're going to see here, I think, is the future of that. And I think that, yeah, there's going to be some channels that really explode if they can work out how to, you know, tell stories and put on full matches and maybe even full cards using this technology and figures and everything, because this is so impressive. This is crazy impressive. Check this out. Look at this. Could you imagine a full match, full show? I mean, how are kids not going to be watching this? They just are. Look, there's Cena grabbing the belt, holding it up as well. And I love the way that it's done with action figures. And so obviously there's a few limitations with the action figures. Like, he can't change the facial expression too easily. And so he's just still got that sort of face, you know, all throughout. And then when he holds up the belt, it kind of goes back a little bit. I love the limitations that are in there. It looks so good. Couple of tables, bang, bang, goes through. You can see the face just sort of loses a little bit, which, you know, is going to be absolutely fine. People are not going to be bothered about that. I just think, look at the movements. It's so interesting. It's a bit like flipping Toy Story, you know? This is like the action figures have come alive. Imagine full matches, full cards with that. Scary. Scary as to where we're going. So, very good. I thought that was very, very interesting. So, Nico, thank you. Right, this is just refs. Reffing, yeah, having a bit of fun. We got a bit of music. I don't know if this is maybe a little trend that's doing the rounds. I don't even know what's going on right now. Some things you just don't need to see. But there we go. The referee's just having a little bit of fun. I mean, it would be great if they could count to 3 when they're supposed to. Yeah. This is me. This is my reaction whenever they get a 3 count correct. Rather than 1, 2. Not been the best years for the refs, but there we go. They're having fun. Yeah, refs be reffing. Right, this is interesting. So, Johnny, thank you. Here we've just got some training footage. So, this is Lyra and Trick Williams just doing some working out together. It's got Ivy Nile, Instagram, and a few other bits. I don't know who everyone is here, but I know Lyra and I know Trick. I'm not sure. I can't tell who this is in the distance. I don't know why Ivy Nile, is she like, is she around here somewhere? Is she high? Is she the one that's filming maybe? Is this her place? I'm not sure. But we're just seeing some superstars working. It's just interesting seeing Lyra and Trick. Obviously, they spent a long time in NXT together. I wouldn't have expected them to have been like training together though, to be honest. Right, we've got this. So, YouTube clip. I wonder if I can click on this. Oh, yeah, it will play here. That's what Alexa saw, wasn't it? Backstage at Smackdown. Just as she got fisted. I don't know why I enjoyed it so much, but I did. Right, next up we got this. So, Joshua, thank you. I feel like this shows its head most years, this meme. So, me trying to enjoy my life, and here comes Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. So, I feel like, as I said, every year this pops out and does the rounds, but it's good. It's a good meme. So, Joshua, thank you. And then this is the last thing we got in the fun folder. Yeah. Did Charlotte have a wardrobe malfunction? I haven't seen the gif. Oh, yeah. And here's Charlotte reacting, because she very much did have a wardrobe malfunction. I've seen the pictures. I haven't slept since. Right, I'm going to start wrestling in robes, says So, there we go. That was Charlotte's reaction to her wardrobe malfunction. Right, let's go into community. So, JJ said, everyone knows the best fashion comes from Paris. Huge thanks to Nightbird is here for taking the time to grab this for me. Right, some lovely items. Rhea Ripley is a work of art. Days, the community bringing people together. Thank you, my friends. And Uncle Revel is my personal P.O. box. So, yes, some wonderful shirts there. So, shout out to you, my friend. Very, very cool. We've got another shirt here. Mitchell said, the girlfriend got me this for my birthday. Very nice. Nice AJ style shirt. Very cool. Very cool. It's going to be an emotional year for him next year, isn't it? Looks like there should be some real special merch coming out next year, I would imagine. Oh, I love this clip as well. This was great. So, Tony, thank you. I'm sure Tony won't mind me sharing this. It was already posted onto social media, and already a lot of people in our community have seen it. But yes, this was pretty wild. So Tony comes out and slips. But what I love, here we go, look, run in. Boom! Right? Oof, nasty, right? But it's this bit right here. You know that you're a good mother when you bring up your children. They see their mother in pain. They think about the situation. They're not sure what to do. They don't know whether to get help. They don't know if they can help themselves. Like, can I help you, Mom? Is everything okay? And at this point, a decision needs to be made. And that's exactly what we're witnessing here. A decision being made as we slowly make our way round. Do I get help? No, we go for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Ring the bell. New champ, baby. New champ. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. And the shoulders were down, man. That was clean. That was clean. Yeah. Really good. Really good. Actually, we can just go and check in with the refs. Are they good with that? Are they okay? Is that above board? Refs are saying it's good. They're saying it's good. It's all good according to them. So the refs have okayed that. New champ, babe. New champ. Right, and Real Wrestling Fan said, community, this is my title collection. That's great. I love this box. These are the slap on your wrist things. I think they look so good. I think they look great. And they keep coming out with like new series and new belt designs. I'm kind of very inspired to do something similar. Get like, you know, a few of these boxes, maybe a bit bigger. Try and see if we can get the full collection in there. I think you're onto something, man. I might even be tempted, actually, to get some shelves in there if possible, and to I don't know what they're like when they're snapped and they're in a circle. You know, maybe you'd be able to get more in. Do you know what I mean? If there was one there, one in the middle, one there, and you had them on like shelves, and they were kind of snapped round, and you could see the front face plates. Granted, you know, you might not be able to see the side plates. I don't think you need to necessarily see the studs. But, yeah, I, honestly, that's the kind of stuff I love. I'd be playing around with that. Like, how can I make this look really good? I think I'd put some shelves in, and I would close them and kind of display them 3 on a shelf like that. But I love it. You've really inspired me on that. I thought it was great. Right, and there we go. That was today's... look at all this support, mates. Look at all this support. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it was good. A very divisive, as we said, episode of Smackdown. Really divided opinion. So I personally enjoyed it. There was other reviews I saw that enjoyed it, but then I've seen many reviews from people that did not. So if you want to know thoughts on Smackdown, you can check that out. But let's make our way down, shall we? So Elite Pro Wrestling Forum, Cameron Wrestling, Kanon, He Who Smiles, Wrestling Warrior, Big Bam, Armando, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Darren, Babs the Barbarian, Wrestling Voids, Larry, Real Wrestling Fan, Chanel, Huddle Talk, Edward, Chanel, Wrestling Voids, He Who Smiles, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Claire, Michael, and Silverback. There we go, guys. Appreciate the support as always. Hope you enjoyed this slightly longer episode of Unseen. Of course, we didn't get a chance to do one after Smackdown. But you know, I just put everything into this one. I think we'll be back later with a retro Survivor Series watch along. The WWE Vault channel is showing Survivor Series. I think it's like 1987, the very first one. So we're going to be doing that. And of course, we'll have another episode of Unseen after, as long as there's enough stuff to put in there. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it as always. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.